Greetings everyone, and welcome back to Gunnar's continuing permanent death adventures into Skyrim. In the last video, we had completed a bandit quest and leveled up. However, we did not choose our next perk, and we were able to get some equipment that is going to help us survive a little bit more, such as the Iron Hand gauntlets. I'd totally forgotten that the bandit at that cave had these gauntlets. I just remember him having a steel set, but I'd forgotten these gauntlets existed. So we got some equipment that's going to help us survive. And honestly, we fixed the pixelation issue. Let's get some rest. I don't know what was causing that. I don't know what, but apparently the resolution just automatically kept decreasing every time I opened up the recording software. And I didn't set it like that. It's just one of those weird PC things, right? Where, okay, yeah, invade my privacy. That's wonderful. But anyways, one of those weird PC things that just feels like it, acting on itself and doing not what it's told to at all. But yeah, it really bothered me seeing that the last two videos were pixelated. I didn't even really guess. I mean, I guess I should start watching my own videos. But, I kind of have a hard time watching myself. I don't know why. I'm one of those people. But I did check to see if, the audio and stuff was high. But in the recording software, it didn't show that it was pixelated or anything at all. So I just wouldn't have guessed that it was happening. But, anyways. Yeah, we're gonna go turn in this, bounty. Let's see how much gold we can get. And I think perhaps we should go to Helgen and start the main quest line, at least for a little bit, and level up and continue on from there. We are going to do the main quest, mostly. At least that's the plan. And we are going to do some side quests. That way we can level up, be more prepared. This is called the Dragonborn Challenge because I'm going to complete the main quest with a character that doesn't die. So hopefully we're able to pull it off. There he is, Avenici. He has a home, homestead outside of the city, 7,500 gold. We definitely don't have that. But let's at least report that the bandit leader's dead.
Excellent. You've done us a great service. Here is your reward.
Okay, so we got 300 gold. It's decent. How much do we have now? 1,222. That's not bad. Let's get a level up. Let's put it into stamina. I'm only going to put very few points into stamina, at least 200, and then the rest is going to go to magicka and health. So I think this perk should go to heavy armor. Armor rating of heavy armor pieces increased by 1% per level of heavy armor. That's really good. I thought perhaps in the beginning it was kind of weak, but it actually sounds better than I thought, honestly, if you do the math. I think we should have another perk point, right? Yeah. So I think what we're going to do is put this into restoration, because we need as many restoration points as we can. And then next perk point, maybe into block, or if we get more points into it, two-handed. Two-handed is one of those things that I really love in Skyrim. I know it's not the most optimal sort of warrior style, but I really loved the devastating damage, how much weight it feels like the weapons have, and just, the overall damage. I originally played, and he's always going to be my canon Dragonborn, my Nord Barbarian, two-handed. That was just so much fun. If this character dies, which we're going to try to prevent at all costs, we're going to play a little bit smarter and do things that we're prepared for, and do things we're not prepared for. I mean, not do things we're not prepared for. I'm going to play, as best as I can, and try to keep this character alive during the entire main quest. I only received one request so far, which is for a dual-wielding Redguard warrior. I definitely don't mind that at all. Redguard is definitely my second favorite race in the Elder Scrolls lore. I love Redguards quite a bit. And the only problem I have with it is dual wielding, but like I said, I'm open to any and all requests. Simply because I don't like dual wielding in Skyrim. Maybe this perk mod, well, this skill tree mod, which adds more perks, will make me like dual wielding. Maybe it'll make it more fun. But in vanilla Skyrim, I always thought it was really, really basic. But you know, definitely open to trying dual wielding, I guess. But yeah, definitely don't mind being a Redguard if this character dies. Good request, but I'm open to anything. I'll play a Wood Elf even though I don't like playing Wood Elves or High Elves. I oddly like playing High Elves for some reason, even though I'm not a fan of them, but they're somewhat fun to be. Because I like being a High Elf, but defying the High Elven norm sort of thing. So I like High Elves quite a bit. So we're actually not going to go to Helgen yet. I want to clear out this bandit camp, this fort, and see what sort of equipment we can get here. But yeah, for me, Skyrim's one of those games where I have like a mental problem with it, where it's like I can't imagine Dragonborn being anything else other than a Nord. And Skyrim's the only Elder Scrolls game I've played as a Nord only, simply because it feels uncomfortable to imagine the Nord as anything else. And I don't have that issue with the other games. I don't, for Oblivion, I can see, you know, the champion of Cyrodiil as a Khajiit. I could see him as a Wood Elf. I could see him, obviously, as an Imperial. I could see him as an Orc, a High Elf, anything. It's the same thing with Morrowind. I can see the Nerevarine as an Imperial, even, or a Nord, or an Argonian. It's almost poetic irony, wouldn't it be, if the Nerevarine was Imperial? Which is why I just love the idea of that. And it would be like a huge punch in the gut to the Dark Elves if they had like a pro-Imperial Nerevarine who just really wants to assert more dominance. More, well, not dominance, but more Imperial control over Morrowind. I love the idea of that. Alright, so he's not too difficult. Hopefully we get a level up here. I know there's a very strong bandit inside this fort. But I don't know if it's wise that we should attack him. I just want a suit of steel armor, because I don't feel like the heavy iron is really that great, even beginning wise. I mean, I think it's definitely better than studded, but still not ideal. So he has some cooked beef. We're dry, which is good. Let's start healing. And we have a level up, which is perfect. Okay, he's quick. Alright, well, let's get that butter. I guess it's good that he attacked us like that, because we have a level up now. Should I do this? I remember him being really dangerous. I guess we're gonna have to. There we go. Let's drink some water. Let's eat some cheese as well. And some beef. I wonder if that's enough. Okay, that's enough now. We ate the gourd and a potato. This may be dumb. This may be suicide. But I have a level up, just in case, you know, he starts to overwhelm us. Let's conjure a familiar here. That should help us out just a little bit. I will really hate if I die by one of the stupid animations that sometimes the enemies automatically get. I wonder if I should deactivate that, but I wanted to keep it as vanilla as possible and challenging as possible. So I think I'm going to keep that. And that was an extreme attack. That was very, very deadly. Let's go Magicka. And I think we're going to retreat here. Do we have anything? I think... Let's see. Should we put it into Conjuration? Heavy armor. We have another point here. Cushioned. You take half damage from falling if wearing all heavy armor. No. Alright, so let's actually get out of here. Will he follow us? No. Okay. I wouldn't have minded fighting him, but at least in open space, he did a lot of damage. Just a lot of damage. Luckily, we actually had that level up. I don't think I'm going to enter back in, honestly. I think it's suicide. I think it'll just, we'll be signing our own doom. Anyway, let's, I think it's time we start heading to Helgen. I'll be back here later. I wonder who, this individual is and what he did to deserve such a fate. He's a bandit, so he really couldn't have been that great of a person. Anyways, let's make our way to Helgen. Who's this now? Traveling mercenaries? They're wearing iron? Is that an orc? That's an orc.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Orc mercenary. An imperial, I think?
Something.
Need something?
Yeah, 2 imperials and an orc. Okay. Oh, very dandy. I consider them buddy races, right? They're like friends or whatever. Let's get all the ingredients we can. Alright, so there's no reason to start a fight with them. One thing I'm gonna do, honestly, and it fits this character quite well, is attack High Elves on sight. High Elves is a race that I'm, like, they're not even my top 5, but I like playing them. I like being a High Elf that somewhat subverts expectations. I kind of like making a High Elf and role-playing like a Lord of the Rings almost type of elf. Very noble. Is good at fighting. Sometimes magic, but is good at fighting, and I tend to give them names like Mithron or Arundel or things like that. And I don't know too much about the High Elves and Elder Scrolls. I don't know if those names go with them. But, I actually do like playing High Elves, oddly enough. I like playing Dark Elves. I would say Dark Elves are my 3rd favorite race. Sometimes I think Orcs are my 2nd favorite race, but I think I have to give it up to the Red Guards. That book just really changed my mind on Red Guards. I know Roderick. I know there's
Need something?
There's a floating club, a floating giants club. And this is one of those unique Skyrim things, right? Look at this. It's brilliant. And I can't reach it. Well, the giant's over here. Okay, he only has arrows. I was hoping to get a giant's toe, but it looks like that's not going to happen. Anyways, so we traveled a bit. Let's go to Riverwood, or perhaps what's the closer destination? Well, we have to go to Riverwood anyway to sell some gear. Maybe use the alchemy bench. I don't know what we're going to do there apart from selling some equipment. Maybe we'll get some more food as well. We have to prepare for just about the worst.
You looking for a new blade? The finest weapons and armor.
Alright, so let's see what sort of weapons we can sell. Not much. What about apparel? We're going to keep the fur for the snow areas. We're going to sell the iron, the gauntlets, the helmet, and the iron plate helmet. So that leaves us with 1,366 gold. Not bad. Alright, can we steal the snow? But we might steal it later. I don't know if I should forge a seal set or just look for one. Because maybe we could just, forge a bunch of iron suits and level up blacksmithing that way. Because I definitely see myself that I'm going to need, some Daedric armor. If I sound a little funny, please forgive me. I'm suffering from a bit of a cold. Like my throat feels clogged, and I'm sorry if that disgusts you, but maybe I shouldn't have just mentioned it. But yeah, I wonder if I sound funny just about now. Or if I'm making any weird noises, which I don't think I am, but that would be the explanation to it. So let's get a refill of water.
Of course.
And let's see what you have for sale. I think I want to buy more food. A lot of our money is going to food. Well, that's our food. I guess we could buy another water skin. I don't mind that. Let's stock up on those as much as we can. Let's get another water skin, actually. Some baked potatoes. Let's see what sort of potions we can craft. Maybe perhaps it's a bit too soon. No, not the salt pile, but the tundra cotton. And we failed. Okay, but at least we got a level up in alchemy. We're just gonna try random ingredients. I'm not wasting Nern Root because I believe that's related to a quest later. Lavender, Imp Stool, and Blue Mountain. Not a bad potion. Okay, that's a wonderful potion, actually. Alright, I think I'm gonna sell the potions I craft, even if they don't sell for much. Let's see what they sell for. Yeah, not a whole lot. I mean, actually, they're decent. But we don't have speechcraft. I may, just may, put points into that, actually.
I heard Luke and Young the other day about a thief breaking into the store. It wasn't me, honest.
Alright, so I think we're set. Let's travel just a bit further away. Here we go. And then that way we can make our way to, Helgen and start the main quest. Breton blood grants a 25% resistance to magic. Yeah, Bretons is a race that I learned to appreciate, right? I don't think people appreciate the Bretons, really. I think people only play Bretons for their really good stats, but they don't really like their culture. Now, I know they're the generic medieval, sort of people. There's not much weirdness to them, but, you know, you kind of need that, right? In a world full of strangeness, you kind of need the Bretons to balance it out. And honestly, if you like scheming medieval politics, you know, you're right at home in High Rock. And I like the Bretons actually quite a bit. And I know they're like pseudo half-elves without even really being half-elves, but I appreciate the Bretons, and I like the idea behind them. And you know, how they're always constantly at war. So there's Helgen. Hopefully we're not getting too cold just yet. He's a Nord. He shouldn't be that cold that quickly, alright? I've seen Nords in Blood Moon. You know, they're running around naked, and they're just laughing it off. Granted, I know that's not all Nords, but there should be at least, you know, a bit more of a resistance to the cold. Anyway, there's Alduin. He was looking for us, and he missed us. That's my explanation to it. He was looking for us, and he missed us. So let's see what the quest log says. As I approached Helgen, an ominous sight arose from behind the walls. The city is on fire. That's not all. Nobody will ever believe it, but a dragon emerged from within the city and flew right by. It turned north and flew toward Riverwood, paying no attention to me as it passed. There may be clues remaining inside the keep, what's left of it. So we have to investigate Helgen. However, we know where to go because of the glorious quest marker. However, I'm curious if we can find any, like, dead NPCs and see if they have gold or anything. I love this intro, I really do. I know some people are kind of tired of it, because they've played Skyrim 500 times, but I actually don't tire of the intro. I was actually gonna do the intro, but, you know, I just had a different idea this time. Should we sleep here, or are we going to get cold? No, it's too late. We're probably gonna get cold. We'll take the book. Hold on, another water skin, actually. A wardrobe. Look at this. Exploring, we found a backpack. And we have increased carry weight. That's brilliant. So am I getting cold because I see that stamina went down a little bit? No, we didn't. Okay. Alright. So let's see what we... Yeah, we have it now. Let's see what our current carry weight is. Now it's 380. That's actually really good. We're only going to level up stamina to 150 probably. Mainly for power attacks. You feel chilly? Of course. Yeah. It hasn't been that long. So here's a burned corpse. The body turns to ash as you touch it, but somehow a leather journal survived the attack. How it happened, who knows? It's Tamriel, right? So let's read the journal. Is it the Adventurer's Journal? This journal contains, I wish that would move, undated entries. First entry. Hard to believe I filled up that whole journal already. I never realized how much of Cyrodiil I hadn't seen yet. So much diversity, yet so much destruction from the Great War. A lot of history has been lost here forever. The expedition is ending soon, and everyone will be returning home. I have one last task to perform before I do the same. I'll send the other journal ahead with my supplies and the artifacts we recovered. Second entry. I've received word from my contacts in Skyrim. All seem quiet for now. Probably for the first time since High King Torrig was killed. I should be able to make the crossing quietly enough during the night, so long as there are no Imperial patrols to deal with. Third entry. So much for being discreet. I crossed the border near a small village called Helgen and made my way up to Darkwater Crossing. Unfortunately, I can't get back to my camp now because the area has filled with Imperial patrols. It seems they are searching for someone very important, if I'm not mistaken, someone they intend to ambush here. This could be the very thing I'm seeking here in Skyrim, but crossing the border in the dead of night without passing through the checkpoints has turned out to be a very bad plan. Fourth entry. I woke early this morning with an Imperial sword pressed to my neck. A patrol found me camped under a rock outcropping on the edge of the volcanic marshes. I guess I wasn't as well hidden as I thought. I have no idea where they're taking us, but I've been stuffed into the back of a rickety old cart being pulled by an even more rickety looking old nag. At least they let me keep my journal for now. I wonder, is this the fifth entry? Is this the thief? What's his name? The one who gets shot by the arrows? The one who steals a horse? But then again, he was trying to go to Hammerfell. Lokir, that was his name, right? He was a Nord. But maybe no, this couldn't be him, right? Because I don't think this is him. Shore's bones. If only I had known sooner the ambush, the captives in the cart were with me, Stormcloak rebels, led by none other than Ulfric Stormcloak himself. There's no time to explain properly. I scarcely believe it myself. If it hadn't been for the dragon, I'd not even be here to write this down. Yes, a dragon. Big, black, as large as the towers of the keep itself. It swooped in out of nowhere and laid waste to the village and the keep. General Tullius didn't take my head today, or the heads of several Stormcloak rebels, but that doesn't matter now. Hadvar and Ralof set aside their differences to help the survivors. They went into the lower keep hours ago. Something about caves with the back entrance. I don't think they're coming back. I'll have to see if I can get out of the city and down to Riverwood. Someone needs to warn them. This building won't remain standing for much longer. I still can't believe it. A dragon straight out of the legends. Nobody back home will ever believe me. Well, unfortunately, you're not going to get to see them. Now, since this is a permanent death playthrough, I obviously might be going through several characters. I'm going to try to preserve this character. But if he dies, that's a very real possibility. I'm going to skip things I read with my Nord, right? It may prove redundant. I don't know. Like, for example, if I find that with who's ever recommended to me so far is only a Redguard and a Redguard warrior. But, if someone, recommends a Argonian thief or whatever, maybe I'll reread it, because maybe someone only wants to watch my Argonian videos. But, it's just an example. Or maybe not. Maybe they saw this part and they might find it redundant. Who knows? I'll figure it out as it goes along. But I'll definitely have a different starting area for a different character if Gunnar here dies. So I actually remember this bit quite a bit, because I've played alternate start years ago. Back when I only had a console and I got this on the Xbox, I remember that you could pick up Rayloft, which is what I'm going to do because Gunnar's going to be a Stormcloak. Cough, what are you doing here? What, Cough, are you crazy? Riverwood will burn. You need to go warn them now. What? No, you don't understand. By Cough, Izmir's beard, are you daft? Oh, never mind. Just help me out of here and I'll come with you. Find me a healing potion. I'm too banged up to go much of anywhere right now. Do you have the potion yet? Yes, I have a potion right here. So, we should only give one, and that should suffice. Ah, that's better. Thank you, friend. Look out. Praise Talos. That was close. We better get out of here. Alright, so let's follow Rayloft. That's really sad, and I'd like to pretend Hadvar made it out. Right? Let's pretend that didn't happen. And that he'll visit, his Uncle Alvor in a different day. Right? Somebody will find him.
There he goes. Looks like he's gone for good this time. No way to know if anyone else made it out alive. But this place is going to be swarming with Imperials soon enough. Better clear out of here. My sister, Gerda, runs the mill in Riverwood, just up the road. I'm sure she'd help you out. It's probably best if we split up. Good luck. I wouldn't have made it without your help today.
Alright, so I don't know if you saw a dragon, but I certainly didn't see a dragon. I'm loving this night skies texture, this new texture. It's quite lovely. Let's take the quick.
You know, you should go to Windhelm and join the fight to free Skyrim. You've seen the true face of the Empire here today. If anyone will know what the coming of the dragon means, it's over.
Yeah, we'll go to Windhelm later, once we are ready. I think for now I'm going to separate myself from Rayloft and head to Riverwood. And hold on, let's see. Yeah. I think we could sleep here, right? Get some warmth. Or maybe we can't because there's no shelter. Oh no, we're warming up. We're warming up. I like the way my Nord looks. I'm loving it. But yeah, that pixelation issue. I have a few issues with my Morrowind videos. I may continue recording that. If I do, I'm likely going to start it over. It was plagued with audio issues and other things that I wasn't very fond of, and I think Morrowind deserves better. But I actually talked about Morrowind recently, and you know, it's still my favorite Elder Scrolls game, but I wonder if it's the Elder Scrolls game that I don't enjoy recording. Because at first I thought it was my character. You know, I'm a Redguard Paladin in Morrowind. But no, I'm actually having a blast with a Redguard Paladin, you know. Recently, I was playing it recently. I've avoided, like, Cyrodiil and Skyrim and some of the stuff I want to be seeing for the first time when recording. And along with the Morrowind mainland, I've only been playing, like, the mainland of Morrowind. Well, not the mainland, but Vardenfell. And, I've been having a blast. So I wonder if it was just I don't have fun recording Morrowind. Oh, that's a food. Let's just say it's light. No, it doesn't spoil. Okay. I think eating a slack of flour is quite weird. But Gunnar did it. And let's eat some beef. Some cabbage. Let's get some wine. He should be sated, right? I didn't see the message. Where does it say? Okay, he's well sated. Alright. So it's raining quite a bit. Let's fast travel to Riverwood. Hopefully Rayloft is there. If not, he went to Windhelm. But yeah, I wonder if it was just I don't enjoy recording Morrowind because I was recording Morrowind a year ago on Twitch, and I didn't have fun streaming it, but I had fun streaming Daggerfall, and I still enjoy Morrowind even more over Daggerfall. I wouldn't say by a whole lot, but definitely still more. and I kind of had the same issue. So I don't know if I will record Morrowind, to be honest. But I do want to. Maybe I just have to go into it with a different mindset and just enjoy myself and, you know, record for me, basically. Because that's what this started as, really. I'm just enjoying recording for myself, sort of thing. So I think we're going to stick around here and watch them interact.
Gerda,
Brother, Mara's mercy, it's good to see you. But is it safe for you to be here? We heard that Ulfric had been captured.
Gerda, I'm fine. At least now I am.
Are you hurt? What's happened? And who's this? One of your comrades?
Not a comrade yet, but a friend. I owe him my life. Is there somewhere we can talk? There's no telling when the news from Helgen will reach the Imperials.
Helgen? Has something happened?
I really like Girder, actually.
Follow me.
I wonder
Come here a minute. I need your help with something.
who Gunnar is gonna marry, which just reminded me of that. I don't think Gunnar would be the type to marry a dark elf. If he did, it would surely surprise him. So maybe we have to look for like a good Nord woman that Gunnar would want to settle down with. Maybe even a Breton. Because I think Gunnar would see himself as the savior of men, not just Nords. But he has no problem with Redguards or Bretons or Imperials. He just really hates elves. And somewhat Argonians and Khajiits, but he doesn't hate them that much. But he definitely hates elves.
Go and watch the South Road.
I almost called him Elf Slayer or Elf Ender. And I think Wuthrod and stuff like that will fit, you know, this character.
Look at you. Almost
So we definitely won't marry an elf. A Breton, a Redguard, it's in the picture. Probably even an Argonian's in the picture, but definitely not an elf.
now. Rail, what's going on? You two look pretty well done in. I can't remember when I last saw you. Where is it? Well, the news you heard about Ulfric was true. The Imperials ambushed us outside Darkwater Crossing. Like they knew exactly where we'd be. That was...
Hold on, where is actually Dark Water Crossing? Isn't that, No. Let's remove it. Isn't it around here somewhere? This is Embershard Mine. I know it's on the other side of Skyrim. Where, I'm not exactly sure. But anyways, let's shut up.
We stopped in Helgen this morning, and I thought it was all over. Had us lined up with the headsman's block and ready to start chopping.
The cowards.
They wouldn't dare give Ulfric a fair trial. Treason for fighting for your own people. All of Skyrim would have seen the truth then. But then, out of nowhere, a dragon attacked.
You don't mean a real, live...
I can hardly believe it myself. And I was there. As strange as it sounds, we'd be dead if not for that dragon. In the confusion, we managed to slip away. Are we really the first to make it to Riverwood?
Nobody else has come up the South Road today, as far as I know.
Good. Maybe we can lay up for a while. I hate to put your family in danger, Jacob, but
Nonsense. You and your friend are welcome to stay here as long as you need to. Let me worry about the Imperials. Lucan over in the
Okay, so let's talk to Girder here, because I think that's where she actually cuts off anyway.
Strange. He says they hardly took anything.
And actually, that's something we may do the next video, actually. Go to that dungeon and get the golden claw back? Yeah, the golden claw. Let's see what...
Here's the key to the house. Stay as long as you like. If there is anything else you need, just let me know.
Thank you, she's wonderful. And look at this, alright. So she has some useful materials for us. A leather tent roll. No, a leather tent and a bedroll. Some potatoes, bread, carrots, we'll take it. We'll take all of the food, honestly. Obviously, we're going to need the potions. And, yeah, should we take the ring? We're going to take the ring. We feel a little greedy, honestly, but, you know, we had to maximize our survival here.
There is something you could do for me. For all of us here. The Jarl needs to know if there's a dragon on the loose. Riverwood is defenseless. We need to get word to Jarl Balgruuf in Whiterun to send whatever troops he can. If you'll do that for me, I'll be in your debt. Any friend of Raylo.
Alright, so that's another thing we'll do. The next video. So I think for now I'm going to end it here. I love just the way this looks. It's brilliant, right? I kind of want to screenshot this. In the next video, we're going to go to... I think it's called Bleak Falls Barrow. Yeah, Bleak Falls Barrow. And we're going to just try to see if we can clear out that dungeon. I don't know if we have enough spells for it. Maybe we're martially capable of just doing it. I'd like to have some extra spells. And then we're going to go to Whiterun and talk to Jarl Balgruuf and see what we can do there. But, anyways, let's see. What do I want to do before ending the video? I think, actually, I want to talk to and get the Golden Claw quest.
Well, one of us has to do something.
I said no. No adventures, no theatrics, no thief chasing.
Well, what are you going to do then, huh? Let's hear it.
We are done talking about this.
I love these new textures. They're very warm, but also very, like, medieval. They go with the vibe.
Well, I don't know what you overheard.
So he sells spells, and let's ask, did something happen?
Yeah, we did have a bit of a break-in. But we still have plenty to sell. Robbers were only after one thing. An ornament. Solid gold in the shape of a dragon's claw.
I could help you get the claw back.
You could? I've got some coin coming in from my last shipment. It's yours if you bring my claw back. Now, if you're going to get those thieves, you should head to Bleak Falls Barrow, northwest of town.
So this is your plan, Lucan?
Yes.
I mean, it's better than you just running off, right? At least he's hiring, like, a mercenary.
Well, I think your new helper here needs a guide.
No, by the 8, fine, but only to the edge of town.
I wonder, do the new Imperials, like, really believe in only the 8 divines? Because I feel like a lot of Imperials from Morrowind would definitely feel very differently, right? Especially the Red Templars, the Talos cult.
Bleak Falls Barrow. You can see it from here, though. The mountain just over the buildings.
Or I wonder if they just say it because they feel like they have to.
Those old crypts are filled with nothing but traps, trolls, and who knows what else.
A troll we definitely can't handle. If there's a troll in there, I think there's a troll that appears at a certain
I
level.
wonder why they only stole Lucan's golden claw. I mean, we have plenty of things in the shop that are worth just as much coin. Lucan found the claw about a year after he opened the store. He never quite explained where he got it. He's a tricky one.
But if we encounter a troll, we're retreating, right? Because a troll at this level is definitely going to be our doom. I want to avoid Dragon Priests, especially Dragon Priests. They're hard at any level. I'm very worried about going up against a Dragon Priest.
This is the bridge out of town. The path up the mountain to the northwest leads to Bleak Falls Barrow. I guess I should get back to my brother. He'll throw a fit if I take too long. He's such a child.
I mean, you're not better. I mean, you're really not much better. I don't know what your plan was to get the claw back, but you definitely need a mercenary. You can't do it, and he can't do it. So, you know, you definitely need someone like Gunnar to do it. But, yeah, so, you know, Dragon Priests, Trolls, Giants. I hope I don't get cornered by a Giant. That'll definitely be our doom. I don't feel confident taking care of those threats until level 40 or something. But, anyways, for now, we are going to end the video. And we will definitely be back with more of Gunnar's journeys into Skyrim, and hopefully we will be able to make this character survive. Until then, I will be back.